Well, guys, um, it's rare that you see my face in a video that isn't a podcast, but I assume you know why we're here, especially because of the title. And I wanted to get a video out right away. So this is gonna be a lot like the DeJounte Murray traded video, where I just jump in with my initial reactions, no editing, no script, anything. I just want to hop on and give my opinion. But so yeah, we're gonna kind of do like playing the Spurs fan here, I guess, and just give our live reactions and go through stuff. So today I was just going about my day, and I was actually wondering like, oh, I haven't uploaded a video in a while. I sort of took some time off from YouTube, you know, but it's the off season right now. I'm trying to think of something I could upload, and then I get this exact notification on my freaking phone, right? Literally, like while I'm at work trying to figure out what I should record, got this video or got this notification, right? And I was like, well, I guess I know what I'm going to write a script about or at least do a video on. But again, I was at work and I said, let's give it a couple hours. Let's wait until some more information comes out, right? Well, I went to Wembanyama's page. I went to the Spurs page, and I saw a bunch of people commenting already. So it's fun to see all the people that are arguing there. Um, and obviously, there's a lot of bias on both sides, even from me included. I'm not gonna exclude myself from that. Um, there's a lot of bias for the Spurs and basketball fans, and there's a lot of bias from Britney Spears fans. And I saw some sources that say she's gonna go to court. I don't know how well that's gonna go. Um, Either the case will get thrown out immediately, or again, there's gonna be bias on both sides, but a judge isn't gonna have bias. Judge isn't gonna give a fuck who Wembanyama is. Judge isn't gonna give a fuck who Britney Spears is. They're, for the most part, gonna be objective in their decision. But I just want to break down the facts that I've heard at least, and sort of give my opinion. So, first things first. I mean, we can go to Britney's response if we want to. Uh, Britney Spears has spoken out after she filed a police report for allegedly being struck by NBA star Victor Wembanyama's security in Las Vegas. So, first of all, can we just talk about how crazy that is? Because, again, Wembanyama wasn't known by, like, anybody outside of the basketball world. There, obviously, everybody in the basketball world knew who Wembanyama was. He was the number one draft pick, He was this crazy prospect, right? Especially people in San Antonio, where I'm from, knew where he was. But, I mean, people that don't watch basketball didn't really know who he was. I have several friends that don't watch sports at all, and I would talk about Wembanyama, and they have no idea who I'm talking about. I have a roommate who's a Rockets fan, and even him, trying to keep up with basketball. Being from Houston, he pays more attention to baseball, so he didn't pay too much attention to Wembanyama unless I brought him up. My girlfriend only knew who Wembanyama was from what I talked to her about. But now he's in this quote unquote controversy. I don't even want to call it that, with Britney Spears. So a lot more eyes are on him. So I honestly thought that this headline was fake at first until I saw that it was from NBA Central. I literally thought this was like one of those like fake accounts or like parody accounts, like EPSN Twitter, like stuff like that, where it's something that's like meant to be fake, um, or Bleacher Report, where it's Bleacher and then there's an extra R between report, to try and trick people. And like if you go to the comments, like they say the same sort of stuff. Like I liked a few of these tweets. You could have given me 3 million combinations of people and this wouldn't come up. AI generated news. I'll take sentences I didn't expect to read in my lifetime for 500. Um, but yeah, this is crazy that this happened in the first place. But I want to dive in more into her response. Traumatic experiences are not new to me, and I had my fair share of them. I was not prepared for what happened to me last night. I recognized an athlete in my hotel lobby as I was heading to dinner. I later went to a restaurant at a different hotel and saw him again. I decided to approach him and congratulate him on his success. I was really loud, so I tapped him on the shoulder to get his attention. I was aware of the player's statement, where he mentioned I grabbed him from behind, but I simply tapped him on the shoulder. His security then backhanded me in the face without looking back in front of the crowd, nearly knocking me out and causing my glasses to fall off my face. So, I notice a clear discrepancy here. I don't know if y'all caught it. I tapped him on the shoulder. Now, again, like, that could be what happened. I'm going in with bias. But, real quick fact check. Let's look at Britney Spears' height. Yeah. I don't think that she's tapping Wembanyama on the shoulder, especially with security in between them. So I definitely don't think it was a tap on the shoulder. Whether or not she pulled on his back, like Wembanyama said, I don't know. I for there's two sides to every story, and then there's the truth. You know, she could have very well not been as aggressive as the security guards say, as Wembanyama says, but I definitely don't think it was a tap on the shoulder. Is all I'll say. So yeah, and the other thing in here, her response that stuck out to me is traumatic experiences are not new to me, and I have had my fair share of them. I mean, you said it yourself right there. Um, let's not act like Britney Spears hasn't had her own experiences with fans. I don't know what she expected to happen. Was the security guard maybe a bit too aggressive, a bit too out of line? Yes. He could have not hit her. From what I've heard, there are different reports that he did not hit her and he pushed her. Again, conflicting reports, but I mean, I truly don't know what she expected to happen, and I've seen a lot of people saying, you know, justice for Britney and all that, acting as if it's this big scandal, and I really don't think it is. I mean, a security guard was being a security guard. If he was a bit too aggressive, you know, that's another issue, but people are acting like Britney Spears did nothing wrong and was simply, you know, beaten up and jumped by a bunch of people. And that simply isn't what happened. Um, but yeah, I don't know what she expected to happen by trying to get through security. And I've seen plenty of people say, like, oh, well, it's Britney Spears or it's this prominent figure. You don't immediately slap people. And again, yes, like your first response as a security guard shouldn't be to slap people, but it doesn't matter who you are. I've legitimately seen people make this argument that it's like, oh, it's Britney Spears, she shouldn't have been hit. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're famous or not. And to begin with, she isn't even that famous. Like she was in the 2010s maybe, but she's fallen off a lot. I mean, she came from, you know, the early 2000s, maybe some 2010s, and, you know, is prone to mental breakdowns and stuff like that for shit like this to even happen in the first place. So, yeah. I mean, again, let's not act like Britney Spears doesn't have her own toxic fans. I mean, if we go to uh I mean, I you can see it right here. fan comes up on stage and she freaks out. Now, to be fair, again, I'll be fair. The fan didn't get hit or anything like that. He just got escorted away. But if we go to watch later, there are plenty of videos of Britney Spears acting out. And I mean, let's not act like she didn't have that whole shaved head phase and everything.
Britney, can I get a smile here? Go, 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 go. Oh my God!
You look beautiful, Britney. Don't do it like that, please.
Come on, this is your exercise. Jogging, jogging.
Britney, it's here, it's here, Britney. It's here.
You alright?
Thank you.
Bitch, huh? Now you fucking laughing, you stupid bitch. Keep fucking playing with me. I'm not playing with you. I'll fuck you up. I know where the fuck you live. You stupid bitch, I'll fucking told you.
My recording got cut off a bit there, but what I was saying is, let's not act like Britney hasn't had her own fair share of crazy fans. And most of these breakdowns, you know, have happened because of crazy fans. So what gives her the right to then act like a crazy fan herself, just because she's quote-unquote famous and going up to this person? But yeah, there's plenty of fan interactions with Britney Spears that have gone wrong, so I don't know how she expected it to be any different. And then we can listen to Wembanyama's response here. So I just realized my desktop audio was off. Let's restart that.
What happened last night?
What happened last night is I saw the news obviously this morning. I woke up to a couple of phone calls, and so yeah, there was something did happen a little bit when I was walking with some security of the team to some restaurant. We were in a hall. There was a lot of people, so people calling me obviously, and there was one person who was calling me, but we talked before with the security. Don't stop because it's gonna make a crowd. So I couldn't stop. So that person told me, sir, and that person grabbed me from behind. So I didn't see what happened because I was walking straight and we told don't stop. But that person grabbed me from behind, not on my shoulder. She grabbed me from behind, and so I just know that the security pushed her away. I don't know with how much force though, but security pushed her away, and I didn't stop to look, so I kept walking and enjoyed a nice dinner. That was fun with you guys.
Just one follow-up. That one person who grabbed you from behind, you think was Britney Spears?
So actually, I didn't know for a couple hours, but when I came back to the hotel, I had forgotten about this event. But I didn't forget about it, but I thought it was no big deal. And the security of this person told me it was Britney Spears. So I was like, no, you're joking, but yeah, turns out it was Britney Spears. And, but I didn't know because I didn't see her. I never saw her face. I just kept walking straight, and that's it.
And so if you don't know what happened...
Alright, so yeah, that's Victor Wembanyama's response to what happened. And again, whether, like, there's two sides to every story, but From what it sounds like, Britney Spears was acting like a crazy fan, and she's had crazy fans herself, and she dealt with the consequences. The security guard may have been a little bit too aggressive, but Wembanyama did nothing wrong. I see a lot of people saying Wembanyama needs to be kicked off the team, and I mean that's just crazy to me, because even if like the security guard slapped her in the face, right? Let's say that security guard did slap her in the face. Security guard was way too aggressive. All that. What does that have to do with Wembanyama? What did Wembanyama do? If anything, the person that is at fault is the security guard. This has nothing to do with Wembanyama, and Wembanyama doesn't need to apologize. He had nothing to do with it. He said in his response, he was told to keep walking, and that's exactly what he did. He was just following directions to just keep walking to get through everybody so that people wouldn't grab at him, which is what was implied happened. Somebody, tried to grab at him. But again, there's people from the pop culture side and there's people from the basketball side, and these two worlds are just sort of clashing, which is crazy. But I don't know why people are defending Britney Spears so much, because to me, again, her peak seemed like she in the 2000s, 2010s. So to me, she hasn't been relevant for a very long time. So for all I know, this could be her trying to reach back for some fame a little bit or something. I have no idea. But Britney Spears is known to have mental breakdowns and shit. So, yeah. All that being said, to summarize, Britney Spears was in the wrong. Security guard could have been less aggressive, though. So he's also in the wrong. Wembanyama did nothing wrong. And that's about it. I guess I'll give more thoughts on the podcast soon if I do an episode. When more information is out and I can break this down more. So, see ya.